Welcome, everybody. We are live. For those watching the replay, as always, we will start in 4 to 5 minutes so you can skip ahead. In the meantime, wait for people to come in. For those who aren't here, let me know if you can hear me. All right, let's let the rest of the world know. Hey, Maya. If that was your review the other day, thank you. Highly appreciate it. Very nice. How was your week? Very busy. Did you get time to trade, or were you mainly caught up at work? Welcome, everybody. For those who just came in, we're going to start in about 2 minutes. If you can hear me, let me know in the chat. Gotcha. Hey, Ramirez. Hope your week went great as well. Pretty chill week on my end. I'll talk about it a little more later on, but didn't do much. I think like maybe 1 or 2 trades in total. I think maybe like 5 trades this week. I took 1 trade on Monday, another trade on Tuesday, 1 trade on Wednesday. Yeah, I just took 4 trades this week. Nothing crazy. I wasn't really feeling it that much to be on the charts all day. So, well, for me, all day is like 3 hours, but just took the 1 trade and logged off. Holidays can definitely be pretty tiring. I need that self-control. Forcing trades on a daily basis got me on red for the week. Ooh, I've been there. I've been telling some students about this. Actually, I'll start the class off with that, and then we'll go into trades. For those who are in here, if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up or the like button. All I ask in return for these free trade recaps is for you to guys to have engagement. So if you can, please hit the thumbs up and the like button so the algorithm is like, cool, people like this. Let me share it, and more people can be here for the channel. Hey, Shreyas, negative. I do this for a living. So for those who are new here or those who are returning, as always, my name is Advent, and I am not a financial advisor. So anything that we go over in this class or any of my material is not financial advice. Trading does have its risks, so please do your due diligence before you engage in it. Cool. So a few things of business before we get started officially, and I want to definitely talk about Ramirez's comment because that's going to be very important. For those who aren't in my group just yet, or for those who may want to be in, or for those who may want to invite people to join it, this is going to be the last month that it's going to be a one-time payment of $35. Well, I'll be running a discount until the end of the month, which I'll drop in the chat and the description of the video later on. But if you join after, so if you join in 2025 and after, you're going to pay a subscription. For whoever gets in, you're only going to pay one time and you will never pay again. So take advantage if you haven't already. So also this Sunday, 8 p.m., 8 p.m., we're having the next Trader Circle. So if you want free group coaching, sign up. If you know me on YouTube, just go to the biography in the main channel page. It'll have my links. It'll say Trader Circle, free group coaching. Click on that, sign up for free, and I'll help you out. All right, let's get into it. So, normally, I don't go into the psychological stuff too much in these classes since I like to keep the topic on trades that I took and you guys took. But because Ramirez is in my group, I'm a little more lenient with people that are in the community. So, we were talking earlier, for those who are just tuning in, he mentioned that, well, I mentioned that I only took 4 trades this week. And then he said that he needs that self control, that he was forcing trades on a daily basis, which ended him red for the week. So, one thing that helps me, well, several things that help me, and I'll talk about a little bit without going too deep into it because we'll be here for like 3 hours. One, getting extremely clear on what your setups are, right? I have a list of my exact setups, what they look like, and what to look for when I'm looking to get into them. And they each have specific parameters. If those parameters are not met, then I do not take the trade. There was a video that brought the point home. I forget who it was. Um, David Trades or Dave Trades, something like that. I forget his name, but you can probably find him on YouTube. And he said, if you can't bet the farm on it, then you should not be taking that trade. Meaning, if I'm not confident that the trade is going to be a good one, or I'm taking a poor trade, you are literally telling yourself, hey, I am willingly about to give money away on this poor setup because I don't want to wait on my own. Not only that, you want to hold yourself to a higher standard, right? I always like to use the analogy of, let's say this was your business. Let's say you had your own firm. And let's say you had one of the traders on your team where they continue to force trades. And after a week or so, or let's say a month to be fair, and you're like, hey, let's do this, let's not do that, or else, there's going to be consequences. And let's say that you have that talk with them, and let's say next month and then month after that, they're still doing the exact same thing. Is that somebody that you will keep employed at your business? And you guys can answer in the chat. If somebody at your firm that you run kept on breaking the rules and losing you money and your clients money, is that somebody that you guys would continue to employ? Yep, definitely not. So we have to have that same standard for us because this is our business. It can be challenging though, because as retail traders, we don't have a risk manager breathing down our neck like, hey, what are you doing? We don't have a whole team dedicated to make sure you're on track. That's you, yourself. Of course, you can get mentors to help you and hold you accountable and things like that. But for the most part, if you're trading by yourself, you need to hold yourself accountable and you need to hold yourself to a higher standard. For me, and the things that I want to accomplish in life, and even for those who may have families, one of the things that Dave mentioned is like, why are you doing this? Like, what is the reason that you're trading, right? So I'll give you guys an example. Actually, I'll give you a great example from somebody that messaged me the other day. So this individual, he travels for a living. He does welding on nuclear power plants all over the world. And he came to me to teach him how to trade because he was like mentally, he was like drained out of it, depressed, all that stuff. And he didn't want to watch his kids grow up through FaceTime. He wanted to spend time with them in person, right? And also, the job was physically draining and mentally draining. So I asked him, why do you want to trade? And he was like, well, I want to spend more time with my kids in person rather than a screen. I want to spend time with my wife and my family, not have to be all over the world and, it's taking a toll on my body. So I'm like, all right, if that is your goal, um, how important is this to you? And then, of course, we talked about that. And Now that we're clear on why we're trading, you can take whatever your why is, and every time you take a poor trade, you don't follow your rules and you force trades that are not even there, one, you're doing them a disservice. Whatever your why is, you're doing them a disservice. If it's your kids, your family, you're doing your family a disservice. And that's how you have to look at it. I've known people who have gone in debt because they never got the psychological part down about trading. They continue to make the same mistakes over and over and over. And until you do that, you're going to stay in the same cycle over and over and over. So, to not go off on a super long tangent, always understand and have the idea that when you go into a trading day, what I tell myself is this: my only job today is to follow my setups and follow my plan, and that's it. Whether I make money or not, that is not up to me. That's up to the market. Not only that, but you want to also get to a point where it's gotten easier for me over time. Of course, I'm still human. I still get emotional, but you want to disconnect yourself from the outcome, right? You want to disconnect yourself from the money and from whatever the goal is when you're trading. Because what happens is, let's say for the sake of the conversation, you want to make $10,000 in the month of December. If you lose a trade, you're like, oh my God, I'm further away now from making my $10,000 goal. And then what happens is, because now you're focused on the money, you're not focused on the trading process, you're going to take another trade to get back the money you lost. What's going to happen instead is you're going to lose the money that, well, you're going to lose more money trying to revenge trade and doing all those other things that you're stepping even further away from your goals. So ultimately, your only job as a trader is to follow your system, and that's it. Whether I win or lose, it is what it is. If I followed my plan, I can't control the outcome. I can't control if I win or lose. I can only control myself. So, to wrap up this long monologue, you know, always go into it when you're about to break your rules, tell yourself out loud. Don't think it in your head. Tell it to yourself out loud so you can actually hear it. Because when it's just in your head, you're not actually hearing it. And when you hear it, it's a lot more powerful. So say out loud, I am willingly about to give my money away because I'm not patient. And you'll wake up immediately. Because when you keep it in your head, you're going to keep on staying in that blinder phase and make stupid mistakes. So hopefully that gave you insight. Hopefully that helped you. Let me know if it did. But other than that, let's get to it. So, like I mentioned, didn't do much this week. Just took 4 trades. I took 1 trade every single day. Didn't take any trades today because none of my setups appeared. Let me actually bring up my chart so we can make this relevant. Let me know if you guys can see my screen. Sweet. Glad that resonated. Ramirez, I'm gonna actually, let me see if I can find the video now. Did I pin it? I'll tag you in it in the group. So can everybody see my screen? Dave Teaches, that's his name. Dave Teaches on YouTube. I tagged the video in the group so you can check it out. All right, so today was basically just a mess. There was nothing good that I saw personally. Let's see. Let's go on the 5-minute. Actually, let's go up here so I can see everything how I usually would when I'm trading. So I got the 5-minute on the top left, the 15-minute on the top right, 30-minute on the bottom left, and the 1 hour on the bottom right. Let's zoom in here a little bit. Actually, there would have been a nice trade. that I definitely wasn't paying attention to. I take that back. There was actually a great trade today. That's definitely on me, though, for missing it. I was too focused on testing out Doc's indicator. But I'll take accountability. That was on me that I missed that really nice trade. All right. So this morning, basically just a huge mess. Just a slow grind down. You did have a dirty looking W that I wouldn't have taken, even though it had the 3 up, which was really nice. And that would have given you nothing crazy, about 20, 30 points. It did hit the center. So that would have been nice for the first target, but I don't like the way the candles were grinding super slow to the downside. The 15-minute orb I did not take because there was no fair value gap that I look for to catch the retest, so that nothing happened there. I haven't taken the 4-hour level break in a really long time. I'll probably need to adjust it. I find the retest of that level work pretty well, similarly to how I trade the 15-minute orb, for those who know. Like over here, we had the push down, and then it came back and retested that 4-hour level and just got obliterated back down. The trade that I would have taken today, though, which I'm just seeing now, was we have these rejections off of this broadening formation, and we had a 3-2 down reversal, as we can see here, 3-2 down. Although I could have entered on the 3 down if I really wanted to, but the 3-2 down would have been better. And not only that, but it's a bearish TTO, or a dead cat bounce, or an H pattern, for those who are familiar with that. If you don't know what that is, it's basically just this: get a big drop, get a move back up, and it continues heading down to create more lows. So this would have been a really nice one right here. But again, I missed it. It is what it is. If I were to get into this trade, it'll look like this. Stop loss above the H crest. First target would have been the completed H or TTO right over here. And then I'll just trail my position until the price reverses, which would have reversed me out right over here. So I would have gotten about 51 points for my runner. And it went about almost 100 points on that drop. Nice. Anything else of value? Yeah, then it did another H over here that you could have taken on this 2-1-2 down, on this little like shooter. That would have been a nice one too. It would have looked like this for me. And I enter in as soon as this 2 candle breaks that low. First target is the TTO being completed, which is 26 points. Would have moved my stop to break even, and then 2 candles later would have stopped me out for my runner. And then just a little slow grind up at the end of the day. Yeah, other than that, I don't see anything else that I would have taken on YM. So if I was paying attention, there was 2 good trades today. Other than that, it was just a mess for me. For whoever made money today, shout out to you. And then for my other trades this week, I took a W on Monday on YM on the 5-minute, another W on RTY on Tuesday. On Wednesday, just took a little reversal. And then on Thursday, I took a reversal off a broadening formation off the 5-minute time frame. So pretty chill week for me overall. I'll probably be a little more relaxed going towards the end of the year and not trade as much, which is probably a lie once Monday comes around. But it's always good to take some time off, take a few days off and relax, because this can be mentally draining sometimes. Like this week, I wasn't really 100% there. So I'm like, let me just take the trade, and then I just get off after one trade and call it there and go enjoy the rest of my day. But yeah, pretty much all I did today, which is basically nothing, and for the week. Whatever trades you guys want me to look at, put in the chat, and I will take a look at it for you. You guys have any questions on my trades before I get into yours? And while you're typing those questions, I'll read out Isaiah's comment. He likes the monologue, makes a lot of sense. Probably why I was green in my personal account and ran on Top Step, as I was pressing it on Top Step to get funded. Now instead of 1K, I'm back to 2K. Definitely, Isaiah. So something that's good to understand since you are new to prop firms is it creates another level of a psychological barrier to break through, right? So remember, when you're trading your personal account, you're just focusing on the setups. That's the same way we trade our personal accounts. We trade our prop firms, our paper trading account, all that stuff. So we can continue building that habit. Because whether it's a prop firm, paper trading, or paper account or not, we still need to follow our rules and our disciplines, because it's not about getting funded. Because the way I like to look at it is this way: whether I'm $100 away from passing the account or I'm $1,000 away from passing the account, what does that have to do with your trading plan? Right? My trading plan is my trading plan. Doesn't matter if it's my live account, doesn't matter if it's my paper trading account, doesn't matter if it's my prop firm account. Same discipline, same rules, same setups. And you don't want to break your rules when you're jumping from one to the other, because you're going to bring those bad habits to the other ones and you'll have a really bad time. So prop or not, just focus on the setups and the money will come. And one thing to note, I don't look at my P&L on the prop. I just kind of get an idea of where I'm at based on my journaling. My P&L has been off for the last 2 years that I've been trading. I don't know what my account is at until I go to withdraw money out or I look at my journal. I'm like, cool, all right, this week I made 1,500 or this week I made 2,000 or whatever it is. And then I'll request whatever they let me take out. But I do not have my P&L up at all, because to me, that distracts me. And I already know myself, and I'm going to get influenced by what the P&L is looking like. So the only time I even know what I made or lost that day is by looking at my journal. Granted, if I do hit my max loss, it'll be like $500 to $600. Other than that, I just look at my journal for how much I made, because whatever you make during the trading session is irrelevant while you're trading. You don't want to be influenced and mess up by that. I'll give you an example. Another one of my students told me today that she took a trade yesterday. I think she missed out like on 100% or 200%, because she took a loss on a trade earlier in the day. The second trade, instead of putting her stop loss based on price action, she put her stop loss based on a percentage, which we should never do. If the chart got you in, the chart is going to get you out. So because she was so worried about that last trade and focused on the money, she ended up missing out on a nice 100, 200% gainer. Overall trend on Microsoft was bullish. Took a TTO on Microsoft at 640 on the 2-minute. Let's check Microsoft out. And he said on the 2-minute, ooh, nice. The 5-minute had a nice one. Took forever to hit the target, but real nice one. Ramirez, you're on the West Coast, right? So 640 on the 2-minute. Pacific time. I don't. This is a TTO right here. Not one that I would take, but it's definitely a TTO. So great job on that. That was a good one. Pretty much got in. He got in on this candle, it looks like, on this one or this next one. You would have gotten in earlier than I would have. I would have gotten over here on this 3 up. But you got in way earlier than I did, so shout out to you. And you caught pretty much all of this. Yeah, good job. That was a nice one. Did you say 200% gainer trade? Yes, born to do it. That is not uncommon when you're trading the strat. Please show a trade making 100% in one go. I didn't take any option trade this week, so I can't show you any, but this is pretty common when you're trading the strat. Have you traded the strat, Born, or no? Because you should be getting on average 50 to 100% on trades if you're using the strat efficiently. Ooh, if you don't trade the strat, go on my channel, go to the strat playlist, study all that material. Did you find me on YouTube or are you in one of the groups that I'm in? Or where do you know me from? YouTube? Gotcha. So go on my channel, go to the playlist section, go to the strategy section, study all of that material, all those videos. And you can also check out the Trader Circle playlist where it's pretty much free group coaching when people can come in and ask me anything. And if you want to go more into it, then you are welcome to join us. Let me actually put the link in the chat. So for those who want to join that haven't already, can join us. Yeah, the strat changed my life. I wish I knew it when I first started trading because my first mentor was like, hey, 30% is the holy grail. And I'm like, cool. And then I met my strat mentors and they're like, I'm sorry, what? 30%? 30% is nothing. 50 to 100% or more is common occurrence. Cool. So I posted the link in the chat for those who want to join. It's free. I have it every second of the month on Sunday, 8 p.m. Click on that link. It's going to have you click on Sunday. You're going to sign up and you're going to get a confirmation email with the Zoom link that we will all use. If you do not see the confirmation email, check your junk or spam. It'll be in there. So if you are not versed in the strat, it is the best thing that I've ever discovered and I was ever taught. It'll change your life. Let's see here. Ooh, Tesla was nice today. Are you getting those higher percentages via intraday trades or swings? It depends. I usually swing trade when I'm selling premium. Every now and then I'll buy premium when I'm swing trading, but this is usually when I'm day trading. Tesla was a rocket today in the afternoon, in the morning rather. Any other trades that you guys want me to go over that you guys took? Any feedback that you want me to provide? Put your trades in the chat. Not bad. Risking 30% and making 90%. I'll take that any day. My stop loss is usually 30 to 35%, but usually 30. I won't take the trade if it'll exceed 30. On Fridays, I do up that to 50% because it is 0 DTE. I just lower my position size so the dollar value loss is similar. So whatever trades you guys want me to look at that you guys took this week or today, put it in the chat and I will give you feedback. Hey, Born, what do you trade? Options, futures, stocks, forex, crypto? Isaiah took a TTO on YM at 1:30 Eastern on the 5 minute, or a different time frame, Isaiah's. Forex, the 15 minute. Yeah, I figured because this is a little dirty one on the 5. Born, I'll tell you, if you go to my playlist on the channel and go to Introduction to Futures, if you do want to get into futures, I prefer futures a lot more than Forex because you don't need to deal with the spread. I hated the spread on Forex because I would get stopped out by the spread when price didn't even hit my stop loss, which was always annoying. This is a beautiful one. Very nice. Took it with 2 MYM. Nice. So he took this trade over here. Let me hide these BF lines so you guys aren't overwhelmed for those who don't know what that is. And let's just look at the chart. Yeah, 5 minute was that high was way too high for me to even look at it as a TTL. But this is a good one for the 15 minute. So let's get my short tool so we can visually see the trade. My stop loss would have been up here. Target is going to be the bottom of the TTO, which is down there. 1 to 1.2 risk, not bad. I take trades that are 1 to 1 as long as they're high probability. I don't mind taking it, which work very well. But this is a pretty nice trade. Very nice. Did you take it off when it hit that low, or did you leave a runner to catch some more? 58 points. Beautiful. It's a nice one right there. Great work. Yeah, you took it off at the TTO break. I probably would too at the end of the day. I don't like trading in the afternoon, so I'll take 58 points. Good stuff. Yeah, definitely remember, just lock in, take your best trades. Don't worry about Top Step or the funded account or trying to reach whatever. Just focus on what's in front of you. Good trade. Very nice. Anybody have any other trades? You can be futures, it could be Forex, it could be stock options. It doesn't matter. I'll review it for you. Put it in the chat. I was looking at my journaling and noticed that New York 1-to-1 trades have been the most successful for me. Going for 100 points have not been the most productive for me. Could be TOS and the trail stop issue. Yeah, so remember, while I do have when we live trade on Tuesdays and Fridays, and I have like my max target for the 15-minute orb or the 4-hour retest is 100 points, I'm still going to take whatever the market gives me, right? Like if I'm up 50 points, I'm going to take some off, and then I'm going to wait and see if I hit the 100 points. So, you don't want to get too caught up on like trying to hit 100 points always. Just always base it off what the setup is giving you. If it only gives you 50 points, hey, it is what it is. You got 50 points. And it all adds up. I'd rather get 40, 50 points every single day than aiming for 100 points and losing 4 out of 5 days. Maya took IWM puts on Monday or Tuesday. I think that was Tuesday. She entered on the 5 minute. Yeah, it was Tuesday. And you took, was this a 30-minute orb or the 15-minute orb? $30? Cool. All right, so this is the 30-minute high, or the 30-minute orb high. And this would be the low. Let's get rid of these lines so they don't confuse me. That was a crooked W there. Oh yeah, this is the W that I took. Nice. Anyway, let's go back to your trade and not get distracted. All right, so entered on the 5-minute at 10:02 a.m. So pretty much entered in right here on this next candle. Looks like I went 2 down, then it went 3 up, and then she exited at 10:50, which was here, 10:50. So the reason why you lost money more than likely is it chopped for a while, it kept on going back and forth. Do you remember the strike price that you chose? Depending on the strike price as well, you may have gotten chopped up and the theta might have kicked in. And if you're too far out the money, it's going to take even more premium away during the back and forth. In the meantime, Isaiah's mentioned he's going to add that to his rules. Take what the setup gives. 2 to 6 MYM is your sweet spot. Taking 3 off and manually trading my last 3 up to 30 points and watching it. Yeah, definitely works great. And another good point to make is when you want 100 points, you need to be careful with that because you're instilling what you want on the market. The market doesn't care what you want. It doesn't care what I want. The market's going to do what it's going to do. So if it only gives me 40 points, I'm going to take 40 points. For those who just came in, welcome. Whatever trades you want me to look at, put it in the chat and I'll review it. You just let me know what time you got in, what day it was. If you were trading options, futures, forex, stock, crypto, it doesn't really matter. You can put it in the chat and I'll look at it. Your BF is at 239.80. 239.80. Oh, you had a target down here. So you were aiming. So you had the strike price at 239. You remember what strike price it was that you got? You need to work on that. We're going to talk. We'll talk offline. I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions. You didn't write it down. Ooh, we're definitely going to talk. Cool. For those who are in here that you may have just come in, welcome. You can give me whatever trades you want me to go over. I already went over my trades earlier in the session. So whatever trades you want me to look at, put it in the chat and I will review your trade and give you feedback. Any trading instrument is valid. I traded pretty much all of it. So put it in the chat and I will give you feedback. Hey, Rio, welcome. How was the week for you? How often do I do these live sessions? Hey, trade maker. Miguel, I live trade every Tuesday and Fridays from 9:15 a.m. Eastern to 12 noon. Sometimes I'll live trade like on the other days. I just tend to get distracted and I talk a lot more when I am live trading, which distracts me from what I'm looking at. So I live trade 2 days out of the week with my group and my mentors group. I post the Zoom link before each session. But generally, for the other 3 days, I just trade by myself because I like to focus. And when I'm live trading, I tend to get distracted and people ask questions and stuff, which is fine. You know, when we're live trading, you can ask me questions. But just for my own process, I like to be efficient and trade by myself most of the time. So to simply answer your question, 9:15 a.m. to 12 noon Eastern time every Tuesdays and Fridays. Sometimes I'll stay longer on those days, but usually I get off at 12 noon and call it a day. For the most part, on good days, we're usually done in the first hour, hour and a half anyway. Yeah, Rio, send me a message and we'll talk about it. Miguel, what group do you know me from? Hey, thanks for coming out, Maya. Thanks for your trade. We'll talk later on. For those who are interested in joining my group, that's the link that I just posted in the chat, wap.com/ Cerulean Trading Group. Please use the code new trader. It'll give you 25% off everything or whatever you choose. Nice. I didn't you and I speak? And if I am saying this wrong, and you're not the person, but correct me if I'm wrong, were you the individual that messaged me that you said that one of your banking friends what recommended my videos to you? Hey, nice, cool. Because I'm looking at your name. I'm like, his name looks so familiar. Like, when did I speak with him? Nice, cool. How has your trading been going for the last 2, 3 weeks? And how has the material helped you? It honestly has simplified price action so much. Excellent. I'm definitely glad it's helped. And it really helped me a lot too, because my first mentor, he would teach me about price action, but I'm like, it wasn't as clear as the strat because he's like, price action, price action. I'm like, but what does it mean? Like, what does it look like? And once my other strat mentors taught me the strat, like my mind was blown. Like the best thing I've ever discovered. Definitely glad to hear that it's helped you. Cool. Any other trades that you guys want me to look at for those who are in here? You can put your trade in the chat. Just let me know when you got in, what you were trading, if you won, if you lost, and we'll go from there. If I don't get any trades in the next 3 minutes, we'll wrap up early and enjoy our Friday. Also, shout out to Trade Maker if you're still in here. That's hilarious. And then you just posted your trade too. Shout out to Trade Maker. Been following his setups to the T and doing fantastic. Took ES around 11:30. I already know what your setup is, so I'm going to look for it. It was Wednesday on ES. Regular hours. Let's check this out. 11:30 a.m. Yes, 11:30. So if it was 11:30, you took this W right over here on the 15 minutes, 3 up, or maybe the 3-2 up, one of those. Was it the 3 up or the 3-2? Yeah, price action this week wasn't the cleanest from what I was hearing people talk about or say. First target was 8 points. The 3-2. So he got in here. I'm sure your stop loss is probably 50% of the candle. That's what I would do anyway. I know you ate off this trade. That's 13 points right there. And I know you usually go for 5. So that was a real nice one. Man, 13 points? I would have been super done on that one. Very nice. You took it off what, at 5 points? Or you took it off for more? Going over to NQ, don't hurt my heart. Don't do it. Don't get sucked in by the NASDAQ. Just have a relaxed life with ES or YM or RTY. Gotcha. Great trade nonetheless. Definitely paper trade NQ before you might need to use M and Q because the candles are really big compared to ES. And when NQ starts wicking, it's gonna slap you up. Yeah, 100%. Definitely have a backup. Like for me, I trade YM as my main instrument, and then I use RTY as my backup. So in the first 10, 15 minutes, like the first 30 minutes, if a YM isn't doing nothing, I just switch over to RTY as my backup. Consider RTY, even though, of course, you can do whatever you want. RTY is an even more relaxed version of ES. And it's similar where it's $50 per point. But for RTY, there's 10 ticks in 1 point as opposed to 4 like ES. So it's $10 a tick or $5 a tick per RTY. Conquering Your Fears 2025 of NQ. Hey, it's always good to push yourself. Highly, definitely recommend. I was actually talking to Brown this morning where I'm not sure if you were there when we were live trading. For those who don't know, Brown Strat King is one of my strat mentors. And we were live trading. And there was a day, I forgot what it was. I think it might have been like a big news day or something. I forgot what it was. But I said that I was going to use half my position size. And he told me to grow up. And I was like, ugh, damn it, Brown. Why are you correct? So for me, when he said that, I really took that to heart. One, obviously, because he's my mentor and I want to listen to what he has to say because he's a fantastic teacher. But taking some time to step back and really like talk to myself about that, why it impacted me is, for the ventures that I want to go into in the next few years, I need to come up with a lot of money. So me using half my size for whatever reason that I gave is not going to be in alignment with that. So shout out to you, Brown, if you're watching this. Great teacher. But yeah, every single day I've added a reminder to grow up and push myself to achieve greater lengths. Anyway, back to the trades. RTOI was good today too as well. So if I put two contracts on and take 4 ticks, that'll be my goal for the day. I don't think it was non-farm payrolls. I forgot what it was. It might have been OPEX or something like that. Either OPEX or something else completely. I forget exactly what it was. It was one of the days that we were live trading. For those who don't have one, you definitely get a mentor that will push you and that will call you out on your crap, because they will help you get you where you need to be. I'll tell you that. It's good that we can grow every day. If we can't take suggestions like that and grow, we will never succeed and stay stuck in our old ways. 100%. Yep, definitely. One thing, I guess, since there aren't any more trades, I guess you guys caught me in a good mood, so I'll break my rules of not staying on topic. But what I'll leave you guys with, and then we'll end the session. When I went up to New York in August, and I've heard this in other realms as well, but it really stuck home. When on this trip when I went to New York, I was on the train, and there was a gentleman to my sitting in my row with me, and he strikes up a conversation, starts asking me what I do and things like that. And it turns out that he is, what was his role? Hold on, I'll tell you right now. I wrote it down. He's an executive in a gigantic company that pulls in billions of dollars a year. And thankfully, for his mistake, he sat next to me because I definitely needed his insight. What was his name? Let's see, I wrote it down. David Miller. That's what that was his name. David Miller, great guy. So him and I were talking, and I was asking him, like, the cliche, hey, uh, what would you give a young guy? What advice would you give a young guy, right? Because we were on the topic of like community and why it's important. And he told me, community is important to have those around you, because you're not going to reach the levels that you want to by yourself. You need to have a proper support system, and you need to have a proper team, right? That could be friends, mentors, a trading community, whatever it may be, right? For people to push you and to help you be better. So if you go into things like the lone wolf mentality, you're not going to go very far, right? Like, a lot of my success and where I've compared to where I was before and where I am now, I owe it to a lot of my mentors and the communities that I've been a part of and the people that I surround myself with. Because, having a strong network where, you have access to people that you normally wouldn't have access to is very, very important, right? Like, for example, I'll share with you guys a story. One of my mentors, Jacob, my life coach, he helped structure my life because my life was like a mess, and that was messing up with my trading a ton. So he helped me get my life in order. And then he asked me, because I would tell him that people would come to me to teach them how to trade, but I wasn't charging people nothing. I was just, hey, yeah, I'll teach you if you want to. Just let me know when you want to talk. And then he's like, why don't you monetize that? And I was like, I I never thought about that. And he pretty much taught me everything that he knows on like being a coach. So a lot of the way like that I teach and like how I structure things, I owe it to him. Like he was invaluable resource for me. Love that guy. And when I first started charging for my coaching, I had an idea that I think it was was it like a year after or almost like a year mark when I was in a 100Ks group. I saw that in in 100Ks group, he had people that were teaching the like strategy, but I didn't see a focus on psychology, right? So my whole thing, why I even started being a coach for traders, is for the psychology because I was never taught that, and I want people to know the proper expectations and the psychology of trading is going to be one of the most important parts when it comes to this. Because strategy is easy. I can teach you the strat in a month and you'll do fine. There's a new student. He's been doing fantastic. He's taking his own trades and winning a lot more than he's losing in 3 weeks of learning the strat with me. However, if you don't have a solid foundation on a psychological level, you're not going to succeed in this business. I'll tell you right now. Anyway, to give you that back context, one day I was like, let me message 100K. So I messaged him and I was like, hey, I see that in your group, you don't have somebody dedicated to the psychological or mindset part of trading. I'd like to be that for you. And he was like, hey, that sounds like a great idea. And then here we are. Here I am. And a lot of my business and people came from his group. So I'm definitely appreciative to him. So, having a proper network and being around people that want you to succeed and grow will be invaluable to your career and whatever you want to accomplish in life. So hopefully that made sense. And yeah, just surround yourself with people that are where you want to be and that you can learn from and that you can bounce ideas off of and that will hold you accountable and push you. Sometimes I can be a little, what's the word? I don't think I'm mean. For those who, I have some students in here, you can tell me how I am. I don't think I'm mean. Sometimes I'll be a little, what's the word? What is the word that I would use? I would speak in a supportive way, let's say, that'll make them wake up and really hone in because sometimes mistakes that some people make shouldn't be happening. Anyway, cool. Yeah, Trademaker, thank you for that. For those who are watching the recording or that are not looking at the chat, Trademaker said, that's a big reason why I locked into your content is because of the psychology and it has helped me tremendously. Thank you for the feedback, Trademaker. Always appreciate it. Because, for me, I had to learn the hard way. Like I took a gigantic loss in the beginning of 2022, and it took me about 8 months to recover from that mentally and financially in my account. Well, maybe not financially, but in general. Actually, no, I would definitely say financially. Like I was messed up like after that big loss, and I didn't know how to recover because my first mentor never taught me anything about trading psychology. I didn't even know it was a thing. And then one day I went on Reddit and I was like, hey, do people have this same issue that I do? And like 500 people responded to that. I'm like, whoa, like people need this type of content. And then that's really what pushed me to get into this. So yeah, stern is the word that I was trying to find. Thank you. Um, but yeah, trading psychology, definitely dive in. I have an entire section playlist in my YouTube channel about it. So check it out. It will help you a lot. And, I've had a trader reach out to me and she said that she quit her job and she went full time. She trades full time by looking at all my content on YouTube for free. She never paid for a session. She just dived into all my content and she trades full time. So I don't want to hear any excuses that you're not making money when the content is readily available. Obviously, if you want to speed that process up, we can work directly. But everything in my YouTube channel is there for you to make money and you to be profitable. So if you want to learn with me, reach out to me on Discord. If you want, send me an email at ceruleanmindacademy@gmail.com, or whatever platform you know me on, send me a message. The tools are there. You just have to dive in. And, my YouTube channel is there if you don't want to spend the money, but you'll be spending that in time. Or if you don't want to spend the time, you can spend the money to quicken the process. Other than that, thank you guys for coming out and watching me talk a lot, which I love to do because I love this stuff. And thank you for letting me go over your trades and giving you guys feedback and helping you out. Remember, this is the last month that my Discord is going to be a one-time payment. So if you are not in there, please do so before the month is over, because starting next month is going to be a subscription for new members. Whoever is in there this year, before the year is done, you will never pay again. You'll pay one time. It's like $30 or $35, but with the discount, like 26. So if 26 bucks is too much for you, my YouTube channel is here for you. Other than that, thank you guys again. Enjoy your Friday. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the chart and chill session and Sunday for the trader circle. Have a good night, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your day. Of course, Isaiah, and we'll definitely talk offline too. Good night, y'all.